are listening to the Scale with Speed podcast. Why? Because scale equals revenue and speed equals profit. Hosted by nine-figure business builders Matt Manero and Judge Graham. Enter with caution.
Welcome to the Scale with Speed podcast. We're coming to you from the CFF studios in Dallas, Texas. I'm Matt Manero.
And I am the Judge Graham.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
We're back in the studio recording another episode. This is episode 13. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Thanks. The downloads continue to go up week after week, so tell your friends about it. Judge and I are involved in our Burn the Ships business boot camps. If that's of interest to you, go to burntheships.com. Our next boot camp is December 10th and 11th in Dallas, Texas. There is no better way for you to build a structural plan for 2021 than to come to our Burn the Ships boot camp December 10th and 11th.
Yeah, the other thing, too, just selfish plugs here. And we've done a horrible job promoting, right, and marketing for this, but we continuously sell out every one, and we've had over 200 people go through, and we do 100% money guarantee. No one's ever asked. No. Not only has anybody ever asked, there's never been, now that I think of it, like, yeah, it was okay.
No,
it was like, this is the best business event I have ever been to.
Yeah.
Think about that.
We've had guys come through Burn the Ships who are part of many other
these are $20, $40 million
dollar
companies too.
We've had a couple guys recently from the Arete Syndicate, and that's $5,000 a month to be part of Arete. Say there's nothing Arete does, there's nothing like it. So that is a shameless plug on both our behalves because we believe in the freaking product. And it's such an unbelievable product. I think one of the reasons that we don't push the sale harder is because it's hard for us to believe that you wouldn't just come.
You have to sell it.
I know, but we do have to sell harder. All right, listen, we're going to talk about something super important today about what reviews really mean. And you think that reviews mean one thing, and Judge and I are going to challenge you on today's podcast to help you try and see them slightly differently. Yes, what you think they mean, they do mean that, but we're going to offer you a couple other deeper layers of what reviews really mean in your organization and why they're so freaking important. So,
well, dude, let's start. You and I have created an Amazon business, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, that first product is going to be up.
Yeah.
Right? Our team, the entire first 2 months, the strategy is around, driving traffic to sell it, but being relentless on what?
Reviews from our buyers.
Getting reviews, and if there's anything that needs to be tweaked or fixed, we're going to make it happen. Because, just think about the Amazon buyer. Dude, I shop on Amazon pretty much. That's it, right? If I can't buy on Amazon, it's tough for me to even consider it. Besides maybe my hats and trucks, right? But how do I search?
Dude,
Prime.
that is so dangerous.
Prime, 4-star review.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
Yes, it's so dangerous, man. When you look, I was not much of an Amazon guy until I'm buying all this stuff for the lake house. Now I just bought Allen wrenches.
Oh, yeah.
On Amazon. Everything. I looked this morning for a 5-gallon jug of water because we got one of those. Let's just see what Amazon's got.
Yeah.
I'll just order on Amazon.
Dude, convenience.
Right to the door.
Yeah.
Why would you go to the freaking store anymore? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for most retailers, and that's going to play out over the next decade for sure. But look, let's get back to reviews. Let me give you an example. Last month at Commercial Fleet, we did 192 funded deals, and we didn't get one review. Now think about that.
That's a bad way to start the podcast, Matt.
Well, hopefully you can relate to it because if you're not getting many reviews too, you know what I'm talking about. I just couldn't understand it because I know we do good business and I know we're good people and I know we're servicing our customers. You can't do that much. By the way, that translates to about $18 million worth of funding. So that's a lot of dollars going through our system. It's a lot of customers, but no reviews.
Yep.
So I ran a contest this month, and I said, here's what we're going to do at Commercial Fleet. We're going to pay a $25 gift card, not to the client, but to the salesperson whose client mentions their name in the review on Facebook or Google, on our Commercial Fleet Facebook or Google page. And today is the 21st of October, and we have 90 reviews done for this month. Okay.
Wow.
What's interesting is anyone whose name was listed in the review got the $25. So not just the salesperson of record, but if they mention,
the admin,
I worked with my operations person,
Right.
or anyone's name that was mentioned got the $25.
I'm gonna stop you too, Matt. What I think is brilliant about that too is it just continues to frame up the authenticity of the review. I think you may not even know, but subconsciously what you're doing is brilliant. And what I mean is, here's the difference: great product, great team, will buy again. I worked with Steve in sales, who connected me with Susan in ops to ensure that this and this happened. Freaking brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole separate thing of the type of review. So kudos to you, because that really is a differentiator, not only getting the review, but it feels and is authentic.
Yeah, thanks, man. Listen, good ideas always have multiple other benefits
Like
from
an
it that
octopi.
like an octopi, exactly like that, right? So we put that in place. Now let's talk about how it really plays out, and this is why you're not seeing it. Listening, you're not seeing this. You think the reviews are just that tagline that we have them. So now we have people within the organization who are doing a better job for the client because they want the client to give them a review. So they're already more concerned about, am I doing a job that would be a 5-star review job, right? One of the core values of Commercial Fleet is teamwork. So now what we're having is salespeople go to the client after the deal's done and say, hey, listen, did we do a good job for you? Great. Would you do me a favor and leave a review? And by the way, please feel free to mention anyone else in the organization that you spoke to. And the clients are listing the salesperson's name and the ops person's name, right? Which is awesome. The third piece that's happening is every time one of the reviews comes in, we screenshot it and email it out to the entire company so everyone sees that Jeff and
Top of
Elena
mind.
just got a new 5-star.
Love it.
Great. So that reinforces winning for the good ones. The
Right.
top dogs like promotion. They want pats on the back, and you're saying, no, my top dogs, they just want their paycheck. No, they want more than the paycheck. They want recognition. They love being number
Dude,
one.
you create momentum and in competition, and dude, I love it. Love it.
And what else happens, which is so magical, is that when your name isn't being mentioned, it opens up the question of why
are you doing?
why isn't James getting reviews? What's going on, James? I saw that you did 10 deals last month, but none of them left you a review. And then the final piece of reviews that we want you to look at it differently is, this just happened yesterday. Brand new client, didn't know him from Adam. Like we talk about in Burn the Ship, 67% of prospects will go to your digital presence before they ever return your phone call. They will do the research on your company before they return all your cold calls or your direct mail or your email campaign or whatever it is you're doing to get in front of them. They're going to do their research.
100%. What do they see?
What are they looking for?
Right.
They're
What
looking.
do they find? What do they don't find?
Totally. So now this customer yesterday calls Jeff and specifically references, I was looking at your reviews and I noticed your name a lot, Jeff.
Wow.
So I'm calling you to do my deal because you have a lot of good positive reviews. Now, all of that, when you start to intermingle all of
Oh my
it,
God.
you put the flush out. Are we doing a good job? Well, we should be getting reviews.
Yeah.
What does it do to the core value of teamwork, and how do we get more people represented? How does the salesperson offer up the ability to say, hey, reference my people too, man.
Yeah.
Don't just put my name in it, right?
Yeah.
The company incentivizes everybody. Your name is in it, right? The weak people begin to say to themselves, man, I should start to get my review. I'm seeing Jeff's name all the time, and I want to get
Jeff's
a little
getting more deals.
And then the organic customer
love
comes
it.
and says, so when we talk about reviews,
Bigger than a review.
It's so much bigger than a review when it's done right. So that's the example that we have for you today. And by the way, it is a freaking proof point. Like if you're doing 5-star business, people ought to be saying you did 5-star business.
Not only is it a proof point, it's not a nice to have, it's a must to win. It's scale. Must. But dude, it's self-reflection time too.
Yes.
Okay? If you're not getting those, go start to get them. And what are they?
Yeah.
Right? And if you're getting 1s and 2s and 3s, you got some work to do. You got some wood to chop. And it may be time to do a reset. But man, there's so much to unpack. What you just said. I mean, like I would rewind this one, right? Because you're giving the customer what they need to make the decision to sale. You're creating teamwork, camaraderie, competitiveness within the organization. You're now showing the organization, if you focus on the reviews and they put your name in it, you ultimately can make more money, which creates this new and heightened level of customer service, support, salesmanship, review. Like, dude, it's full circle. It's a win in every facet.
It's a prerequisite to winning business in the future. You have to have a review strategy and keeping it, which, by the way, you should go back and listen to the last one on client retention, the last episode on client retention. So you might consider this to be basic stuff, but I can tell you that for a company that does a lot of deals.
Yeah, well, 192 a month's a lot.
It wasn't happening.
Yeah, wow.
No one was leaving us reviews. Number one, we weren't asking for them. Number two, the company wasn't incentivized. And then, by the way, that operations person whose name keeps popping up with this one salesperson, don't you think that solidifies their teamwork too, that he really feels comfortable with it? She's probably gotten $20, $25 gift cards. That's $500 she made just because the company decided to put this little program together. Now, listen, I mean,
$500 pays a lot of bills.
Dude, $500 probably pays a car payment if she wants, or $500 buys some Christmas gifts, or $500 buys a new outfit, or 2 or 3 or 4, or freaking lots of pairs of shoes. I mean, you think 25 isn't meaningful, but at scale, it does, man. So what's the converse to the company, right? So let's say at the end of the month, it's 100. 100 times 25 is $2,500. Dude, we piss away $2,500 here on fucking toilet paper every month, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And I think the longer term play here is if you ever sell, you think those customer reviews are going to be important to the buyer? Do you think they're going to do that diligence? Right? And if you have 1,000 plus and they're all 3 to 5 star, do you think that's going to make that buyer feel pretty comfortable? That it's not smoke and mirrors. You got a real process. You got a real team. You got real dude. It all, Matt. It's a saying that's been said a lot, but you've really coined this idea of, dude, we're not playing checkers. We're playing chess. That is a chess move that pays off instantly to new sales, but it's a bigger long-term game that's 4 moves ahead if you're trying to sell your company. The difference of having 5 to 6 reviews versus thousands of 3 and 5 stars, what does that look like at an exit? It's meaningful of either getting a deal potentially done or not.
Now, one last takeaway, Judge, for why people should look at reviews differently after listening to this podcast. If you get a 1, you now have every right to call that person
opportunity
in and say,
what can I do to fix it? What happened?
Certainly to the client, but also to the individual who got the 1. Dude, we don't operate with 1s.
Yeah.
We operate with 5s.
Yeah.
So what on earth happened here? Yeah. Was it a training issue? Was it an attitude issue? What on earth derailed that all of a sudden we had 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 5 stars?
You have a measurable leaderboard now.
You have another way to have a measurable leaderboard. So we encourage you, sounds simple, but I love how Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner, says it, right? Common sense is not common. This is a perfect example of something that seems so simple but never gets done, and it's so impactful. Go do it.
Yeah, you're in business. The only way you stay in business is customers. And the only way you can keep those customers, are they happy? And this is a great way to get that.
Now, Judge, you tell me what you think about this, because I haven't thought this through enough on this one. Do you think if the company has lots of 5-star reviews, legitimate 5-star reviews, that sways someone from leaving a 1-star review? Do they go and say, oh, I don't want to tarnish it? Or does it empower that customer to leave the shitty review?
No, dude, listen, people are mostly sheep. They want to follow the trend, right? Now, you get a few assholes that want to buck it, right? And, you're going to get that. But listen, dude, I mean, if I had a good experience and I'm leaving a review and I see more 5, it just validates my feeling.
I know a guy, and if I mentioned his name on the podcast, most people listening would know him and the books that he's written.
Yeah.
Okay. They are very, very popular books. And he does guerrilla marketing for his books, like to the point where when Barnes and Noble wasn't, stacking his books, you couldn't buy his book in the store. He had all his buddies around the town go to all the Barnes and Nobles and put the books in, and people would come to the register to buy them, and they'd be like, "Hey, something's going on in the system." Finally, the store manager called him and it's like, "What's going on, man? You're not in our system. You got to be in our system." Boom, he gets Barnes and Noble to carry his books, right? But he told me one time, he said he purposely has his friends go and leave shitty reviews for his book because it makes the book more credible to the 5 stars. He says if it's nothing but 5 stars and no 1 stars, people begin to question the 5 stars. So my point is, don't be afraid of the 1 star. Use it as an opportunity to train and get better.
Yeah.
But also recognize that you may have a disgruntled former employee who wants to get you. And if you've got 1,000 5 stars, the 1 doesn't hurt you as bad. But if you got 5 stars, the 1 hurts you.
Yeah. Totally.
You know?
Yeah. It's always a volume game.
Man, I'm telling you, if you guys just
It's
do
always
this,
a scale game.
if you say after you listen to this, I'm going to do this now, 2021 will set up a lot better than it looks right now for you. So
leave us a freaking review on this podcast. I haven't looked last time. I think it's good though, right?
go hit a 5-star if you don't mind, or hell, put a 1-star and give us a little reasons what you'd like to hear us say or how we could be better. But we believe in our content. We know it works. We got hundreds of people coming through the Burn the Ships. You should be number 201. Come to the December 10th and 11th. Go to burntheships.com. Do us a favor. Hit buy. Spend the $4,000, buy the ticket to come to it, and leave it up to Judge and I, and you will leave with a structured roadmap for 2021 in your business. It's the best $4,000 you could possibly spend in your business.
Yeah, and we have those reviews on burntheships.com through testimonials.
Yeah, real testimonials, video testimonials.
Video testimonials, people selling their company. So anyhow, the proof is always in the pudding, right?
It is, man. It is.
Go make sure your proof is real. Get the customer reviews. Do Matt's strategy, right? I mean, go back and listen to that, right? It's like an octopus with 8 different, things to get in there. I mean, man, that was good.
It was good shit, man.
That was a good one.
And it's not that complicated.
It's not complicated.
Started with a simple.
But the value of it is just when it's going to change the culture here too.
Yeah.
Right. Now that's part of the process of okay, I'm on the call. I'm selling him. I got to get the review. What's he going to say? Was I good? Like everybody's going to just amplify their game because they know not only do I got to try to get the review, I got to make sure it's good now. That is a game changer for this business.
Judge, one last thing to add on that. It also sets up the new milestone for you never to go the other way. Everything would be moving forward to, well, what's the review look like? How many reviews did you get? Why didn't you get a review from that guy? Why would we ever go back? So great, we're going to get 100 this month. Great, at the end of the year, it's 1,200 new reviews on the business in 12 months. Dude, I don't know if you need more than 1,200. I mean, shit. I mean, at some point, Keep going. But I mean, fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope you guys learned from this one today. Judge, always appreciate being with you. Don't forget, burntheships.com, December 10th and 11th. Don't be afraid. Hit the register. By the way, we're about half sold out for that event already. We had we had an alumni by 4 last night, right?
5.
About 5 last night.
Yeah, 5 tickets.
You're bringing his whole management team now.
Yeah.
It's like I need everybody to see this.
Yeah, I love
all right. All right. See you down the road, gang.
Make it happen.
You are listening to the Scale with Speed podcast. Why? Because scale equals revenue and speed equals profit. Hosted by 9-figure business builders Matt Manero and Judge Graham. Enter with caution.